Option A, most people waiting at the US-Mexico border right now are sitting in a 2-hour line. But a small group of travelers pulled into a separate lane, crossed in 4 minutes, and were already ordering lunch. The difference was a card that costs less than $125, and most people who cross the border every single week still do not have it. Option B, there is a border crossing in the United States where the standard wait time on a busy Friday afternoon hits 3 hours and 45 minutes. SENTRI lane? 11 minutes. That is not a typo. That is a 214-minute difference, at one single crossing, and you can get that advantage for $122.25. Option C, if you cross the US-Mexico border even 4 times a year, you have probably wasted more than 8 hours of your life sitting in line. SENTRI members at San Ysidro crossed in an average of 9 minutes last month. Non-members waited an average of 94 minutes. That gap is not a coincidence, it is by design, and today I am going to show you exactly how to use it. Final hook, Option B. There is a border crossing in the United States where the standard wait time on a busy Friday afternoon hits 3 hours and 45 minutes. SENTRI lane? 11 minutes. That is not a typo. That is a 214-minute difference, at one single crossing, and you can get that advantage for $122.25. Today we are ranking the best US-Mexico border crossings for SENTRI members in 2025, giving you crossing-specific tips, real wait time comparisons, and the insider knowledge that most travelers never find out until they have already wasted dozens of hours in line. Let us get the foundation right before we dive into the rankings. SENTRI stands for Secure Electronic Network for Travelers' Rapid Inspection. It is a Customs and Border Protection Program, CBP runs it, and it gives pre-approved, low-risk travelers access to dedicated lanes at land ports of entry along the US-Mexico border. The application fee is $122.25. That is a one-time payment that covers 5 years. Here's what most people do not know. SENTRI is not just for the land border. Approved SENTRI members also get TSA PreCheck at airports and global entry benefits when flying back into the United States internationally. You are getting 3 programs for the price of 1. SENTRI is arguably the most powerful trusted traveler credential CBP offers, and it is consistently underutilized. The program requires a full background check, an in-person interview at an enrollment center, and proof that you frequently cross the US-Mexico land border. If you live or work in a border region, or travel there regularly, this should be your first call. Now, which crossings actually give you the biggest advantage? SENTRI lanes are physically separate from standard lanes and ready lanes. When you approach a port of entry with SENTRI, you pull into a dedicated lane, CBP reads your transponder automatically, confirms your identity, and you move through. In most cases, the officer interaction is seconds, not minutes. The time savings at each crossing depend on 3 factors: total traffic volume, number of SENTRI lanes open, and how strictly the port enforces SENTRI-only access. That last point matters more than most people realize, and we will get to it. Let us go through the 6 major crossings and rank them by where SENTRI gives you the most advantage. Number 1, San Ysidro, California. This is the busiest land port of entry in the Western Hemisphere. Over 70,000 vehicles cross here on peak days. Standard lane waits regularly hit 90 minutes to 3.5 hours on weekends and Friday afternoons. SENTRI lane waits at San Ysidro typically run between 5 and 15 minutes. If you cross here even twice a month, SENTRI pays for itself in saved time within the first week. San Ysidro has dedicated SENTRI lanes in both the passenger vehicle and pedestrian configurations. SENTRI lanes here operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is the single highest time savings crossing on the entire southern border. Number 2, Otay Mesa, California. Otay Mesa is San Ysidro's neighboring crossing, and it is the preferred crossing for many SENTRI members who know the system. Because commercial traffic and fast lane trucks run through Otay Mesa heavily, the standard lanes get congested, but the SENTRI lanes remain relatively clear. Typical passenger vehicle waits at Otay Mesa can run 60 to 120 minutes on busy days. SENTRI wait times average 8 to 18 minutes. Otay Mesa also operates SENTRI lanes 24 hours. Insider tip: Sunday evenings returning from Tijuana, Otay Mesa SENTRI lanes tend to move faster than San Ysidro because fewer SENTRI members know to use it. Split your crossing strategy between these two based on real-time CBP wait time data. Number 3, El Paso, Texas, specifically the Bridge of the Americas and Ysidro crossings. El Paso is a major metro crossing with consistently high traffic volume. Standard wait times at Bridge of the Americas can run 60 to 100 minutes during peak hours. SENTRI lanes here average 10 to 20 minutes. What makes El Paso special is its geographic position as a hub for New Mexico and West Texas commuters, meaning volume is high and consistent, so the SENTRI advantage holds steady. SENTRI lanes at El Paso crossings operate 24 hours. Number 4, Laredo, Texas. Laredo is the largest inland port of entry in the United States by cargo value, but it also carries massive passenger vehicle volume. The Columbia Solidarity Bridge and World Trade Bridge handle commercial traffic, but the Juarez-Lincoln Bridge is your SENTRI focus. Standard waits can stretch to 90 minutes and beyond during peak periods. SENTRI averages 15 to 25 minutes here. If you cross between Laredo and Nuevo Laredo regularly, SENTRI is non-negotiable. Number 5, Calexico, California. Calexico handles significant commuter and agricultural worker traffic. Standard lanes back up hard on weekday mornings. SENTRI lanes at Calexico East run reliably, and the overall lower volume compared to San Ysidro means SENTRI waits here often come in under 10 minutes even on busy days. If you are in the Imperial Valley region, this crossing gives you excellent SENTRI value with less hassle than the San Diego crossings. Number 6, Nogales, Arizona. Nogales, specifically the Mariposa port of entry, handles both passenger and commercial traffic. Standard waits regularly hit 45 to 90 minutes. SENTRI averages 10 to 20 minutes. What distinguishes Nogales is the strong community of frequent crossers who understand the lanes, which means SENTRI is enforced consistently and the lane quality is high. The DeConcini port of entry in downtown Nogales also has SENTRI access and is convenient for pedestrian crossers. Mistake 1: Not checking CBP wait times before you leave. CBP publishes real-time wait times at cbp.gov. 5 minutes of planning before you cross can save you an hour of sitting in the wrong lane at the wrong crossing. Mistake 2: Using the SENTRI lane without the transponder in the car. Your SENTRI card alone is not enough for vehicle crossings. You need a SENTRI transponder mounted in your vehicle. If you cross in a different car, the transponder needs to be registered to that vehicle or you need to address it properly through the enrollment process. Showing up in the SENTRI lane without a valid transponder will get you turned away and adds to your wait. Mistake 3: Crossing at the wrong time. SENTRI saves you time relative to standard lanes, but the absolute fastest time to cross is still early morning on weekdays. SENTRI at 7 a.m. on a Tuesday is faster than SENTRI at 5 p.m. on a Friday. Use both advantages together. Mistake 4: Waiting too long for your interview appointment. A lot of eligible travelers apply, get conditionally approved, and then wait months for an interview slot to open up at their preferred enrollment center. That waiting time is when you are losing out on every single crossing. Visit appointmenthopper.com. They monitor interview appointment availability across enrollment centers and alert you when slots open up so you are not checking manually every day. But here is what almost every traveler gets completely wrong about this. Most people assume the SENTRI lane is always faster than the standard lane. That is not true, and getting this wrong can actually cost you time instead of saving it. At certain crossings during very low traffic periods, think 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, the standard lanes may have 0 cars. But the SENTRI lane still requires a transponder read and officer confirmation, which adds a procedural step that does not exist when a standard lane has no one in it. More importantly, SENTRI lanes at some crossings operate on restricted hours. Not every port runs SENTRI 24/7. At some smaller crossings, SENTRI lanes open at 6 a.m. and close at 10 p.m. If you arrive outside those hours expecting SENTRI access, You are going into standard lanes anyway, without knowing that is what you should be planning for. Always verify SENTRI lane hours for your specific port of entry before you cross. CBP publishes this information. This one habit separates the travelers who get maximum value from their SENTRI membership from the ones who feel like it sometimes works and sometimes does not. Smart SENTRI members build a system. They have CBP wait times bookmarked. They know which crossing is their primary and which is their backup. They registered their transponder correctly before their first crossing. They know their port's SENTRI lane hours cold. They also keep their membership current. SENTRI is valid for 5 years. Set a calendar reminder 90 days before expiration so you are never caught at a crossing with a lapsed credential. And they did not waste 6 months waiting for an interview. They used every available resource, including appointmenthopper.com, to get their interview scheduled fast and get their membership activated quickly. Step 1. Apply at the CBP Trusted Traveler Program's website, ttp.cbp.dhs.gov. Complete your application and pay the $122.25 fee. Step 2. Wait for conditional approval. CBP will review your background. Most applicants receive conditional approval within a few weeks, though timelines vary. Step 3. Schedule your in-person interview at a SENTRI enrollment center. This is where most people stall. Use appointmenthopper.com to monitor for faster appointment openings. Step 4. Attend your interview. Bring valid ID, and be prepared to discuss your border crossing frequency and any travel history questions. Step 5. Upon approval, obtain your SENTRI card and your vehicle transponder. Register your vehicle through the TTP portal. Step 6. Before your first crossing, confirm SENTRI lane hours at your specific port of entry at cbp.gov. Add CBP border wait times to your routine. Step 7. Cross. Use the correct lane. Keep your transponder mounted where the reader can hit it. Do not have items blocking it inside your vehicle. Step 8. Renew 90 days before expiration. Your renewal fee is the same. Your background check will be repeated. SENTRI is the most underutilized trusted traveler credential at the U.S.-Mexico border. The crossings where you save the most time are San Ysidro and Otay Mesa in California, El Paso and Laredo in Texas, Calexico in the Imperial Valley, and Nogales in Arizona. The time differentials are real, they are consistent, and at the busiest crossings, we are talking about saving multiple hours every single crossing. The only thing standing between most eligible travelers and that advantage is a completed application and a scheduled interview. Do not let the interview wait slow you down. Get your application in, monitor for appointments, and get your membership activated. If you found this useful, subscribe. We cover all 4 trusted traveler programs here: Global Entry, NEXUS, SENTRI, and FAST. New content every week. And if you have a crossing-specific question, drop it in the comments below. See you in the next one.